2021 is almost over, and here is my list of the best Linux distros of 2021. And if you're considering switching to Linux, you might want to use one of them. Number 5. Manjaro. Manjaro is an intermediate distro that's based on Arch, and is built to get people into Arch without making it too hard. There are a few snags with it that you would need at least some knowledge of Linux to fix. It's a great second distro for people, but I would not recommend it to beginners. Number 4. openSuse. Most Linux distros are either for beginners, intermediate users, or advanced users. openSuse is incredibly unique because it has the capabilities to be utilized by a professional user, and yet even beginners can use it. It's not Debian based, so you will have to do some more things to get it working than a Debian based distro like Ubuntu, which brings us to our next pick. Number 3. Ubuntu. Ubuntu was my first Linux distro, and it is great for beginners, although not as much for advanced users. A lot of people recommend Ubuntu based distros for beginners, but there are so many it's quite hard to choose. Ubuntu also uses GNOME, and in my opinion, GNOME is the best looking desktop environment, although many people will disagree with me on that. Ubuntu is normally a bit behind in terms of new features. For example, the current GNOME version is 41, but the current Ubuntu version uses GNOME 40. And the current Linux kernel is 5.15, but the current Ubuntu version uses 5.13. The graphics drivers for NVIDIA are also a bit dated, so you will have to install them manually. For most people, these are minor differences, but especially if you are into gaming, these can be major problems. Number 2. Debian. Debian is a bit of an interesting Linux distro. Almost all Linux users use a distro based on Debian, but not many actually use Debian. I would recommend it to an advanced user who has tried Arch and doesn't like it, or to someone who has used a Debian-based distro and are looking to upgrade to a more professional one, but are still used to Debian-only features such as .deb files and apt. Number 1. Linux Mint. Linux Mint is based on Ubuntu, so you get all the things with Ubuntu and then some more. It comes up with a choice between desktop environments, so you can choose how it looks out of the box. Of course, you can change the way any distro looks, but if you want it out of the box, then Linux Mint is a good choice for you. One of the available desktops is the Cinnamon one, which as many people say is great for people switching to Linux from Windows. I personally think it looks ugly out of the box and find it confusing, just like Windows, but you can change how the desktop looks using the Tweaks tool, and you can even install your own desktop environments if you choose to. So these are my top 5 Linux distros for 2021, and if you're planning to switch to Linux, you should try out one of these. A tip for you is to boot from the live CD and see how you like it, and if you don't like it, you can always choose another distro. I'll be leaving links to all of these distros in the description, and on your way there, you might as well like the video and subscribe so you can get more videos like this. Thank you for spending how much ever long this video is watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.